Hey Silpi, welcome to Just Like That.
Thank you for inviting me, Sahil. So yeah, nice
Great,
opportunity, I think, to come here and talk.
wonderful. No, thank you so much for joining us. And in fact, I was just going through one of Sadhguru's quotes,
Mm-hmm.
and Sadhguru says it so beautifully that love is such a beautiful thing, but unfortunately, it
Mm-hmm.
is crippling for many people.
Yeah, I would say it is crippling because I have felt it with my own life. And if you don't mind, I can share my story regarding how parents' love is. So, love is not only something which is actually within a man or a woman, it can be between anybody else. Like, love is also between parents, their children, and in every relationship, the things just change. So, yeah, um, I would say that. I would first talk about my parents of my early childhood, actually. When
Uh,
I was born, I was the eldest girl in my family. So I have a small brother. The moment my brother was about to be born, my mom said, "Okay, now you're a big girl. You have to sacrifice a lot. You have to, you know, stop asking for this thing, that thing, and you just give everything to your brother." So I was 5 years back then, and I was like, okay, I'm also a little child, so why don't you love me? Just
right.
because a new baby is coming in the family and I have to sacrifice everything. So that's not fair, somehow I felt. But then when my
Hmm.
brother came, I was like, okay, chalo, he's a little baby, and I got to sacrifice things for him. So yeah, that's fine. And yeah, so all right. Like I was telling you, just love is crippling. So throughout my life, when I was growing, I my parents were very, I mean, orthodox kind of people. They never let me make friends. So there, it felt like I'm also an individual human being, but they're constantly controlling me because, and I'm
Mhm.
getting controlled by them because I do love them. And so their Sadhguru's words, like love is crippling, fits, the best way, I guess.
Hmm.
So my whole childhood, I was like only trying to please my mom and dad, thinking, okay, whatever they say, I'll just do that way. And I think I would be fine enough. I would be like, they would be proud of me, but they never said that they're proud of me. Never.
So
And
basically,
yeah.
everything that you did as you grew up was only because you loved them, not because you really wanted to do it, but you did it because you
No,
thought it'll
yes.
make them happy.
Yeah. Everything I did was only to make them happy, to make them feel proud of me so that, they don't have anything to complain about. And yeah, I just kept on doing things. Like I realized that I'm a very submissive kind of person. Anybody else who shows a little bit of love, I'll just go ahead and do what they say. So yeah, I realized that yes, love is big time crippling.
And then did you really fall in love when you grew up? And, did that happen
Yeah,
to you or?
actually, I'll just tell you something like when I was not, getting there was after some time. I mean, after I was when I was growing up, my parents they really made a difference between me and my brother, so that again the male child getting preference and the female child getting all the things which are not really good enough for her started happening. And sorry about that. So my I had to sacrifice in my studies. I wanted to either study fashion designing or interior designing. After my class 12, I never got to study that because my parents said, okay, you have to get married, and we need to save money for that. And also your brother is there. He is a male child and we need to, do everything for him. I was like, Why is
Hmm.
that? You're saving money for my marriage and you are, giving the best education to my brother. So I was like, there I felt a little bit left out, and that was not good actually. And I
Hmm.
used to think later on that, like I would fall in love. Love will be like magical. It will be like a fairy tale love story for me. And I just remember that I was very tomboy when I was like, 18, 16. Um, and I had this big crush on a guy in my school. And but I could not even talk to that person because my whole life, my mom and dad never let me talk to anybody else. And I didn't know how to talk to that person, how to talk to that guy. So I never spoke with him. But then, yeah, I did fall in love, and then, um, you know, I realized that love is not that cool. So yeah, when I was I was doing a job in Wipro. Sorry. So I did fell in love. A guy proposed me, and I immediately accepted. But yeah, before that, a lot of things happened. Like I had a boyfriend for like 7 years, and I was in a good relationship. We broke up because of a silly reason. He said that, oh no, you are dark skinned, and you're not Brahmin. My parents are not going to, allow this marriage and things like that. So I broke up, and then. Uh, when I was like really, emotionally vulnerable,
Hmm.
I met that guy in my office, and he said, okay, he was like most romantic guy I felt in the beginning. He just said, okay, he held my hand one day and said, okay, I want to get married to you. I was like, okay, wow, that's nice. It's so beautiful.
You felt loved. You felt loved.
Yeah, I felt loved. And I was like always thinking, I had this idea, okay, chalo, my mother keeps on saying that this is not your house. You are just, like paraya dhan kind of thing. You will have your own house, you'll have your own family when you get married. So all this idea was like, okay, my husband would be like a hero to me, my savior. So yeah, that was at that point of time I was imagining all of these things, good things that were told by my parents. But yeah, I realized soon that it's not that good.
Oh, okay. So you got married to the guy who proposed to you?
Yeah, I got married to that guy in 2013, and after that it was like it was good in the beginning, but later on it started being really weird, creepy, bad to me. So what happened is, like I met that guy when he had nothing actually. He just joined Wipro, and he was living in a small house. So we got married, and I told him we will work together, and we will make this relationship work as well. So let's move out and go to some good place. Along with your mom, dad, and we will also need some privacy. So yeah, we would have 2 rooms. We will be living in a good locality. So yeah, I just took him out of the whole situation, and we started working together. And after marriage, for a few months, like 1 or 2 months, it was good. But then after some time, it was like everything crushed. He stopped working, and he not actually stopped working. He just stopped going to office. Like I was like, what are you doing? Why do you not go to office? I mean, everybody is asking why he's not coming to office. I'm working in the same place. So everybody was asking me questions. And
Where
there
is
was,
he? Why is he not coming to work? Yeah, I
yeah,
can imagine.
yeah. And also my manager was like, if he can't come to office, just tell him to resign. And I'm getting all the hits. And on the other hand, when I was trying to understand what's wrong with this guy, we used to have this shift job. So if he was going to office in the morning, I would be going in the afternoon, or maybe at the night shift. Right. So yeah, when I used to come back to my place, and I would just find him that either he's sleeping or watching TV, or he's drinking on his own. So I used to ask him, what's the problem? Why are you not going to office? And that was the biggest mistake, on my part. Maybe like I'm asking him, why are you not, why I'm questioning him. He's a male person, and he whatever he decides he would do. And his parents were also supporting him in that thing, because they never used to tell him that, okay, why don't you go to office, because you also have responsibilities. Responsibility is not
Mm.
only lying on that wife.
On the girl. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, to keep up everything, and just earn for the family. So it's not that thing. So every day when I used to have this conversation with him, he used to hit me, and abuse, verbal abuse was there, physical abuse was there. And in fact, I lost a child as well because of that. And I had to like run back to my mother. I mean, actually, first, let me tell you, like after 8 months of my marriage, I really realized that this guy is not good. This guy is a very toxic person who is very manipulative, and he knows how to, create a drama and create a scene to extract most, I mean, everything out of you. So my salary used to hit my bank, and the next day it was like only 2000 to 3000 rupees that was left in my bank, only to just go to office and come back, or maybe have my food. Sorry. So after 8 months, I thought, okay, chalo, it's good, because I realized it's early, and I would just get rid of this toxic relationship and come back to my family. But then when I told my parents that, okay, no, this guy is not good, and this guy is actually hitting me, this guy is verbally abusing me, mentally abusing me, and I don't like it. Because see, once a person, a human being, they need peace. Everybody, we all of us, we need peace. So going to office every day, coming back home with the whole lot of tiredness, and you just want what you want at this point is like have some deep conversation, maybe, and then go to bed, have some rest. But then it never used to happen that way, and my idea of magical love, family, everything just shattered. Okay, so there was a point that I was so scared of him that I used to hide in the bathroom for hours. I told everything to my mom, because I considered her to be my closest. Okay. And
Mm.
I told her
Mm.
that, okay, mom, this is the situation. She never trusted me. She said, no, the small things happen sometimes, and maybe you are just overthinking. Maybe you are, I have never seen that guy shouting. He was like, when he was in public, he would be the best person, best of, he will put up his best behavior, everything. So nobody can really understand this guy can be actually very toxic. His real face is
Because he was
something
so
else.
manipulative,
Yeah,
when he would be in public, people would never imagine that in private he would treat you like this.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. And
And your mother also didn't believe you?
no, no, that's the worst part. Like I thought, okay, they are my parents. They have, raised me. Always they have, like, dropped me to school, brought me home back. I mean, so every time she was, I mean, my parents were in contact with me, micromanaging everything in my life. So I expected them that they would believe their own daughter. They would believe, because there is nothing. I have done nothing. I have not bunked school. I have not got drunk with friends. Nothing else that teenagers do. Not, nothing like, something a kid would do. Like I
Mm.
was a very good kid, and my teachers were, like I was like the teacher's pet kind of person. So it was very shocking for me that my parents, when I'm approaching them, telling them that this is happening in my life, they're not believing me. I mean, how is that possible? So
Must have been a huge, huge setback and shock for you.
it was a big blow, big shock for me, because I had very high expectations from my parents that they would support me. They would,
Stand by you, support you.
yeah, exactly. And that completely is lost. I mean, at that point of time, I just realized that. at every side of my life, like my parents, whom I thought that okay, they are the best, they are my closest, they are the person I can look up to, they are not by my side. And on the other hand, a person whom I loved and a person with whom I, dreamt of having a family, that person is also not, supporting me or not even loving me, giving me the love I'm giving to his family, to him. So yeah, that was completely shattering. And I was like devastated at that point of time, and I was not understanding what to do actually in that situation. So I thought, okay, fine, maybe I can collect some evidence and show it to my parents, and then they would decide that like when it again, it's like when it's coming from your mom that okay, you are not being patient, you are not being like, what would I say, you're not being a good person, a good wife, by telling your husband what to do and what not to do. So that was like, okay, made me think a little bit that okay, maybe I'm not a good person, maybe I'm not doing the right thing that a woman should do in in like marriage, or yeah, and maybe I'm not being a good wife. So I was just blaming myself at that point of time. But
Hmm.
the moment I started collecting evidence so that I can really understand what is right and what is wrong, whatever he is doing, if that is right, then I'm definitely wrong. But then I feel that it is wrong because I am being verbally abused, I'm being hit by a person. So I'm thinking that this is not right. But when my parents are saying that maybe you are not patient, so I might have to give myself some time and give this marriage some time so that we can work on this relationship. But then when a person is not actually open to any kind of conversation, any kind of resolution, that we can work on, then it's, there is no point actually to work or to push that relationship.
And how did you bring that entire toxicity to an end?
Mhm. Yeah, I had to really lose my first baby for that. Okay, because I was kicked from my bed when I was pregnant, and I went back to my parents, and I told them, you told me that if you take a child, everything will change. If you, I mean, your husband will change, your husband will start getting softer towards you, and nothing like that happened. So I have come to you right now, and you need to give me some space to stay, because I just want this baby to live. That's it. And then it so happened that when I was there at my mother's house, I heard my dad yelling that why is she here? She's not supposed to be here. She's supposed to be at, I mean, her husband's place. They are supporting me in a way. They are keeping me at their house, giving me food. But then I heard this from my dad, and I was like, I was so stressed that I lost a child to a miscarriage. And then I thought that, like if nobody is, trying to help me, nobody is, uh, you know, trying to deal with my situation. Everybody has their own version of advice, but I know what's right and what's wrong for me. I finally decided that after this, I'm not, going back. But then again, something happened because of my dad's rudeness, and dad's like, he was just trying to get rid of me from his house. So at that point of time, I was thinking, should I return back to that person? Because if my own parents are not like, liking my presence in their house, then maybe I should go back. And I went back, but then I realized that it doesn't matter. I mean, if my parents are going to, take me back, they are definitely going to take me back, but then they will be, coming up with a lot of toxic words that I have to listen. But then I thought that at least listening to all these toxic words from my parents is better than, getting hit by this guy. So when I went there, went back after my miscarriage, I mean, I was being blamed by my mother-in-law that, okay, it was you who did this. Because of you, you have lost this child. And I was so crazy. I mean, at that point of time, my emotions were overwhelming. I used to go inside the cupboard and cry. That's weird, but then that was like the situation was like that. I used to see red color and I used to get totally crazy. And that's the reason, finally, I thought that, okay, maybe I can bear what my parents are saying, but not this guy. So I just went back to my house and said, no, this time I'm very sure I want to do this. And I don't need anything. I just need I mean, just a roof over my head to stay. So after that, he just went ahead, filed the divorce, and finally got rid of him. Yeah, my parents said a lot of things, like, you know, you are shaming us. There are a lot of people. I don't know what we did wrong with you. And they were not thinking, they were only thinking that my marriage broke, my marriage broke, my marriage broke. What happened to your daughter? Can you just concentrate on that? I was just thinking like that. Like, okay, emotionally, it's very hard to like break a family. I have come out of my family. It's very
Hmm.
hard for me as well to deal with. You have to understand. I mean, I was just thinking, why don't my parents understand what I'm going through? I'm also going through
Hmm.
a lot. Why they're only thinking
Correct.
of the outside world and not me?
Yeah. Right. And you actually fell in love a second time and got married again.
Yeah. I did fell in love with a guy, but that's a different story.
I hope you're happy now and you're enjoying life.
um I am not going to say anything. I'm so sorry, but then I'm not allowed to talk about that. I'm so sorry. I mean,
No, no, I completely understand. But you take good care of yourself. I think so. The smile is just so beautiful. If one had to
thank
just
you
meet
so
you
much.
and interact with you, one would never know what you've gone through. But Shilpi, thank you so much for joining us on Just Like That.
Yeah, and I just want to say one last thing, that is to some parents, and to some, like whoever has got a sister, has got a daughter. Okay, I would just want them to understand that, you know, just first treat somebody like a human being, not, you know, don't divide them as per their genders. Because when you know, as a person, as a human being, when you are like expecting the most of the support from your parents, maybe, and you're not getting that, that's not right. Daughter is fine. I mean, she's a lady, understandable. She can have, a family, or she may not choose to get married at all, but then at least treat her human. When you are raising a daughter, you have to be careful not to like set the mindset, okay, you are going to cook, you are going to clean, and that's your job. That's not that. I mean, if two people are living together, it's duty of the both the person, right? Because two people are working, two people are living together, two people should share everything in the house, may it be house chores or whatever. So you have to raise your daughters like that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that message for all our viewers. And Shilpi, keep that smile on because that's the best part about you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you really made me comfortable of like sharing my issues in my life. And I'm, feeling much better and less burdened right now. Thank you so
Now,
much
may
for
all the
that.
force be with you. May all the force be with you and all prayers for you. Take good care and stay strong, Silpi.
You too, stay strong and
Thank,
stay fit. Take care. Bye bye.
thank you.